Hey guys, what's going on? Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be doing some research on the Kibo code, which is basically an e-commerce dropshipping training program by Steve and Aiden, okay? An American and an Aussie guy. And I'm going to review this program today for you, and you can decide whether or not you want to get into the program. Now, the way that they do it is that they close the program at certain times. So at certain times of the year, they'll open the program. So it just depends on when you're watching this video. You could be watching this today or in a year or in 5 years, and the program might be open or it might be closed at that time. At this particular time, it's closed, right? They close the doors, but they do open it every few months, usually a couple of times a year. So you might be reviewing it or researching it at that particular time. So let me tell you all about the program. I've been in the program, and so I know in great detail what it's like, and then you can decide whether or not you want to try dropshipping or try the Kibo code, okay? So just a little bit of backstory before we get started. I've been in affiliate marketing for the last 11 years, so I did really well in affiliate marketing, and e-commerce has always been something that I wanted to try, right? It's the next natural step because it's also online marketing, you're also selling products, and I thought, hey, this is going to be easy for me to transition from affiliate marketing, which is selling digital educational products, to selling physical products, like real physical products, right? And so that's exactly what Steve and Aiden does. Now there's about 7 sessions, very detailed sessions. So there's mindset, and all that stuff, which is really great. It's created by Aiden. And then there's a whole section on all the technical stuff. Now, there is a lot of technical stuff when it comes to setting up your dropshipping business, okay? Because that's just the nature of the beast. You have to set up your websites and stuff like that. And of course, they have a lot of videos. There's a lot of help, but it is technical. Just understand that, okay? Now, in terms of the program quality, it's a great program, as in like the quality is very high. Steve and Aiden have very high integrity. The training is very good. It's very detailed. It's very step by step, and they really do try and take care of their customers, right? Also, because Steven and Aiden have been in the e-commerce game for so long, they've got a whole host of factories and suppliers that they've been working with and stuff like that. So part of the program is they give you 5 to 10 hot products that you can sell so that the chances of having success is a lot higher. Now, is it guaranteed? No, because even if one of the their hot items is this orange highlighter from Muji, for example, right? You're not guaranteed to sell it. It's just they've done a lot of research, and based on their experience, they know that there are certain trends and certain items that sell really, really well, but it's not a guarantee. It's just something that helps you to make a little bit more money more quickly. That's all it is, okay? So that's a great part of the program. Now, let me explain what dropshipping is, because you might not even understand what dropshipping is, okay? Now, all it is basically like Amazon, except that you don't have to build this gigantic store. They teach you how to build a small store called Shopify, and Shopify is a software where you pay $29 per month to have the Shopify program. You have to build your own Shopify store, which is a little bit technical, but they teach you step by step how to do that. You brand your store, and then you put a few items on your store, and you drive ads using Google AdWords, Microsoft Ads, and Bing Ads to your item. So let's just say you're trying to sell, this Seagate hard disk drive, or you're trying to sell, this betadine, throat spray or whatever, right? You would actually make ads on these ad platforms, driving them to your Shopify store, and if people like it, they buy it, and then your supplier sends it directly to your customer, so you don't have to necessarily store all those products in your home, okay? So that's how dropshipping works, right? And then you make a small cut on the product, because remember, you have to buy the product first. So let's just say I'm trying to sell this USB drive, right? I have to buy the USB drive and then sell it on my Shopify store for a little bit more expensive. So maybe I buy this for $5 and then I sell it for $10 and I make $10. That's how dropshipping works, right? Now, so the course and everything is great. So this is very detailed. Aiden and Steve are great. Here's some of the problems with the Kibo code though, okay? First of all, it's one of the most expensive programs I've ever invested in my life, right? So it's a $4,000 program, okay? Most programs I buy are $300, $500, $1,000, $2,000, but this is $4,000. So very few people can afford it. That's the first thing, right? Now they have a payment plan. It's $1,000 per month, but it's still $4,000. So it's an extremely expensive product. Okay, so that's the first thing. If you don't have $4,000 to spend, you probably can't get into the program. But having said that, in terms of an e-commerce program, it's probably one of the best e-commerce dropshipping programs out there. Okay, but yes, it is not cheap. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is that dropshipping is actually quite technical. Okay, so yes, it's very step by step, and they'll show you click by click on exactly how to do everything, but it is technical because Shopify is not the easiest program to use, right? So yes, they're going to show you how to add all the apps and do all the clicking and stuff like that, but even for a technical guy like me, it was a little bit challenging. You do have to learn it and take your time and go through the process. They're going to show you how to do it, but it's not so simple. Okay, it is technical. The third problem is that with what's going on right now, depending on when you're watching this video, right, we've got the coronavirus, COVID-19. E-commerce and dropshipping is actually being affected by COVID-19 because the way that dropshipping works is you need to buy product from factories from China and India and Pakistan, South America, wherever it is, and these manufacturing companies they don't have enough staff to fill the stock, right? And that is a problem. So out of all the online businesses in the world, e-commerce and dropshipping is actually being affected by what's going on in the economy, which is a problem, right? I didn't think that was going to happen. And yes, Steve and Aiden have other sources as well, but it really is a problem. Even in Malaysia, from these big e-commerce websites, we can't get our stuff because people aren't working, everything's on lockdown, and there's not enough staff to actually manufacture the goods. So if you have a dropshipping business right now, right, you're probably being affected, okay? And I didn't even think that would be possible. Now, you might be watching this video at a time where the COVID-19 virus is done. So it could be like in a year from now, and so there's no more problems. But just understand that the economic factors and stuff that's going on, especially if it affects factory workers and stuff like that, it affects e-commerce. It affects dropshipping. I never thought that. But the beauty about affiliate marketing, which is what I do, is because I'm delivering digital educational products, I don't need them to be manufactured. They're already created online and they get delivered by websites, educational websites, right? So the supply does not get affected at all, which is a beauty about affiliate marketing, right? So it's not a great time to start an e-commerce business, especially if you're watching this during, what's going on with COVID-19. That's a problem, okay? I didn't even realize that as well. The other problem is that what I learned with this program, because, I wanted to really dabble into it, I thought it'd be fairly automated, right? It's not. Dropshipping is very, very manual, okay? It's an extremely manual process, okay? So this is the way that it works, right? You create a website on Shopify. You find your products that you want to sell. You put it onto your website. You do all the technical stuff. You make it look beautiful, right? Which is all step by step. By the way, the Kibo code is great. It teaches you how to do all that stuff. You start to drive ads, and then you start making sales, right? Now, in affiliate marketing, whenever you make a sale, it's all automated. That means that when somebody buys my digital product, I don't have to do anything. There's all these, it's called API. They're codes that talk to each other. It gets delivered automatically because it's all done through membership websites, and the information's all there. They get it directly. But with dropshipping, with what the Kibo code teaches, everything is manual. I didn't know that, right? So this is what really happens, okay? So somebody buys this this marker pen, this Muji, orange highlighter pen on my Shopify store. Then what happens is I get a notification email. I have to log into my Shopify store. I have to accept the transaction manually. And then I've got to go to another e-commerce website like Banggood, BANGOOD.com, which sells this pen for very, very cheap. Okay, so I buy this pen for like $2 from Banggood, and then I input the customer information that bought that product. So maybe there's a gentleman called Bob Smith based in Colorado who bought this product. I have to key in all that information, and then I have to buy the product on another e-commerce website, and then that e-commerce website sends it to Bob Smith in Colorado. And that's how it really works, okay? So what's happening is I'm advertising the product on my website, I'm buying it for a cheaper price on a different website, and then I charge more for it on my Shopify website, and I make the spread. And that's how you make the profit. So it's extremely manual. okay? Now, eventually you can get a virtual assistant, right? But until you get a virtual assistant, you're gonna be hella busy. You're gonna be doing a lot of work. And so that was the problem. Like, I didn't know that it was that manual, right? So I'm running my own affiliate marketing business, and I wanted to try e-commerce out on the side. And then when I realized that I literally had to go in there and do all these transactions, it's a ton of work, okay? And the other problem here is that the profit margins in e-commerce and dropshipping is very low. It's only 15 to 20%. Right? So think about that, okay? You spend 40% of your money on the product. You spend 30% on advertising, because this is a paid ads game. If you don't have any money for advertising, you can't do dropshipping, okay? You can't do this for free. You have to use paid ads. That's the way that it works. 10% on paying for all the miscellaneous admin stuff, your virtual assistant, and when you get to that stage, the cost of the software and all that stuff, and then your profit is 15 to 20%. That's very, very low. Think about that for a second, right? So let's just say that I want to sell this calculator, okay? And I sell this calculator for, let's just say, $50, okay? So this calculator costs $50. My profit margin on this calculator is 20%. Let's just say at the higher end, right? So 50 times 20%, I'm making $10. How many calculators do I need to sell in order for me to make $10,000 per month? Well, it's just $10,000 divided by 10, which is 1,000. That means that every single month I must sell 1,000 calculators to make $10,000 of money, right? So how much is that per day? Divided by 31 days per month, I have to sell 32 calculators every day. If this costs $50 in order for me to hit a $10,000 profit margin every single month. That is a lot of sales, 32 sales. That means I have to be on my computer running all these ads and running the transactions 32 times. That means buying it from a different website, and then entering the address of my customer and making sure it gets delivered to them. And then you also have to do all the customer service, because there's a lot of problems with dropshipping. People don't like the product. They want a refund. It's not the quality. There was something wrong with the product. Maybe the calculator arrived and it was damaged or whatever. You have to deal with all that crap, right? The great thing about affiliate marketing is you don't have to deal with any of that. The only thing you have to deal with is refunds. Then you just refund them, right? But you don't have to deal with shipping the product back, or making sure that the e-commerce product got there to that person successfully, right? There's a lot of transactional stuff that I didn't even realize myself that goes into dropshipping. And because the profit margin is so low, you have to sell so much product in order for you to hit the income levels that you want to make. Think about this for a second, right? If you wanted to make $20,000 or $30,000 in your business, you would have to sell more than 100 items every day in your e-commerce business in order for you to hit those, because the profit margin is so low and it's a volume game, not a profit game. Does that make sense? The difference is with affiliate marketing, the profit margins are so high. It's 50 to 80%, not 20 to 15%. Does that make sense, right? So after all of those things, that I realized that e-commerce and dropshipping is just not something that I wanted to do. So I got out of the program. So after doing it for a few months, and because I've been online for a long time now, 11 years, right? So I really understand, I can pick up stuff pretty quickly, especially when it comes to online stuff. So I decided that as a business model, don't get me wrong, you can make money from dropshipping, but there's a lot of problems with it. Profit margins are low. It's very manual. It gets affected by what's going on in the economy. This program is not a particularly cheap program. You have to spend money on advertising, right? So there's a lot of downsides with the program, and you have to deal with a lot of transactions. And yes, you can hire a virtual assistant at some point, but until you have enough money to hire a virtual assistant, you're going to be there running all the transactions daily, and it's a waste of time. There's no automation. They don't have an API code where your supplier talks to your Shopify store and everything gets done auto. Everything's manual. There's no automation at all. The only automation is you running the ads, and that becomes a problem, right? So for me, that's the problem with the whole model in general. There's nothing wrong with the Kibo code as a training program, okay? The only problem that I have with Kibo code is it's a little bit expensive, right? But the problem is not the program, it's the business model, the dropshipping business model, right? Now, You can still make money with dropshipping. Don't get me wrong, you can. But with so many different problems with this model, I think that the barrier to entry is actually very, very high. Unlike affiliate marketing, which is a lot more simpler, it's cheaper, it's more straightforward, it's more automated. Profit margins are way higher, right? You sell less product to hit your high income levels. It's just a much better business model. Okay, so that's kind of my review of the Kibo code, right? So it's not necessarily that Steve and Aiden have done a bad job. It's that the model itself gets affected by a lot of things and everything that we just spoke about. So that's my review of the Kibo code, right? I hope you enjoyed that. It was very detailed. Again, you know, it has nothing to do with Steven and Aiden. Those guys are great, and they tried very hard, you know, to make the program good. But because of all the issues with the model itself, I'm not a fan of dropshipping, and it's not something that I will continue doing in the future. Okay, so look, if you're here right now, I hope you enjoyed this review. But if you're like, Aaron, I'm here because I want to make money online. It's not necessarily that I want to do dropshipping per se or e-commerce. I just came across the Kibo code, you know, just like I did. It got recommended to me, you know, by one of you know, a very big marketer who I trust very much, actually. But it's just not something that I resonated with, and I think there's a lot of problems with dropshipping. And if that's you and you're like, you know, I'm here because I want to make money online, but I don't know how to, I would love to teach you how I built out my 6-figure affiliate marketing business. Okay, so again, it's a lot more straightforward, higher profit margins, you know, less manual, more automation, you know, less transaction volume. It doesn't get affected by what's going on, you know, with the virus or the economy, or who's going on, you know, whether it's a Great Depression, who the president of the US or Venezuela or, you know, Europe is. It doesn't matter at all, right? Because nothing's physical, it's all digital, right? And when everything's digital and it's automated, you don't have to worry about whether a factory in China can send you your products or not, okay? And it's all automated. That's the most important thing, right? You want an automated business. You don't want a manual business where you're sitting there, you know, running through and typing in the addresses of, you know, 100 people every single day in order for you to hit high income levels. I hope that makes sense, okay? So I've got a free training program that will show you exactly how affiliate marketing works the right way if you want to learn it. Okay, so all you have to do is click the link right below here. All right, it's going to lead you to my website. Enter your real email address, because I'll send you that video directly to your email inbox. Make sure you check your spam folder and your promotions folder if you're using Gmail, because sometimes email ends up in spam and the promotions folder. Go through that training. I know you'll love it. I know you'll enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed this review of the Kibo code. Take care and all the best.